What is the true alpha male? What is the real top G? Now, while it may be very popular nowadays to see people disrespecting women and trying to act like they're better than women and trying to make the whole world revolve around them, that makes them a true alpha male. The reality of the matter is that it's not. Women don't like someone that's disrespectful. Women actually like the complete opposite. Now, I'm Jewish and I follow the Torah. And in the Torah, it teaches you in many, many different places where a man has to put himself down and put the woman first. A true alpha male is someone that's able to put his feelings aside. A man that's emotionally intelligent. A man that can put his woman's feelings first. Someone that's able to go to work and be a businessman. Come home and be the psychologist. Be the doctor. Be everything for the household. Someone that's able to take God and his faith, to be loyal to his wife. Here are some clips of what you think the real alpha male is.
No, you ain't. You ain't a queen. You ain't never gonna be my queen because you ain't my mother. Simple. Feminism. Feminism taught you women that you a queen, you God's gift to this earth.
And today we're gonna talk about all my W's. Stay tuned for it.
We're both a triple-digit notch count. He's in the quadruples.
With girls, when they say something that I don't like, when they sort of behave in a little bratty way that I don't like, this is what I do. Imagine she sat to the right of me, she said something, I do this. Literally, like almost like a child with that much effort, I literally do this. That's me withdrawing the attention away from them, essentially making them crave my attention.
Now I'm going to show you some clips to what the real alpha male is to me, and I'm going to explain to you why.
אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך.
An unprecedented request from Rav Chaim himself.
לא תמיד מקבל כבוד. תראו לכם עכשיו אחד בא לשיעור, נכנס לשיעור, לא קיבל, אף אחד לא התייחס אליו, אף אחד לא דיבר איתו, הלך הביתה. כביכול הוא לא היה משהו מיוחד. בעיניי כולכם מיוחדים, אבל אני אומר, הוא לא מרגיש משהו מיוחד. הוא רוצה להרגיש במקום אחד בעולם שאני יוניק, אני מיוחד. אצל מי הוא יקבל את זה?
It's a chesed, kindness to help people.
Now you may be thinking to yourself, how are you going to take someone from a Western philosophy society in the modern day era and compare them to big rabbis? The reality of the matter is that these rabbis, while they may be Jewish and they may be extremely spiritual and they may learn Torah all day, what they're really doing is they're learning the laws and the rules and the instruction manual created by the creator of the world himself. And if you're going to spend your time learning anything, instead of spending your time learning people's opinions and people's ideas, which are essentially the creation's ideas and opinions and whatever their culmination of life experiences are to this point in time, wouldn't you rather learn some true, real information from the foundation of the creation, from the creator himself, which is God? Now you may be asking yourself, what does God have to do with being an alpha male? What does God have to do with relationships? The reality is that God has everything to do with being an alpha male. God has everything to do with relationships. And while it may seem surprising, the real alpha male is someone who's able to nullify himself, to nullify his ego, and to put his girl first. And no matter what a woman says to you, no matter how she treats you, no matter if even if she's like abusive to you, to always put her first. Obviously, if she's crossing boundaries and she's disrespecting you and she's doing things that are way blowing out of proportion and way out of your control, there are times where it's actually a good thing to get away from her and to take a step back. But if you're in a normal, healthy relationship and you're wondering why it's not progressing the way that I wanted to, or why am I not satisfied, or why do I not feel respected, it's probably because you're not giving respect. In order to get respected, you have to give respect. You cannot expect things from a wife or from a girlfriend or from a spouse. If you want something, you have to give it first. And a true alpha male is someone that's emotionally intelligent, someone that knows his woman's needs, someone that knows how to listen, someone that knows how to be cute, how to be flirty, how to play the game, and how to just be that guy. If you want to be that guy, it starts with just putting yourself out of the picture and putting her first. And I promise you that any good woman is going to put you first after you put her first. In order to get, you have to give. And if you're giving and giving and giving and you're not getting, well, it's time to probably choose a different spouse. Because a real woman is going to recognize your efforts. A real woman is gonna recognize and see the effort that you're putting into the relationship, and she's not gonna let that go unnoticed. She's gonna make her part to show you that you're important to her. She's gonna make her part to show you that you are valuable to her life. And she's not gonna let you go so easily. Sometimes it's not about making it work with every single person that you meet. Sometimes it's about making it work with the right person. If things are too complicated, just let it go. If it's easy and it's smooth and it's sailing, then it's probably the right person for you. A true alpha male is someone that does not need to show off. A true alpha male is someone that prides himself in just being himself. He doesn't care about other people's opinions. He has his goals, he has his ambitions, he knows what he wants to do. He doesn't have to spend his time getting validation from the whole world. He doesn't have to spend his time seeking for everyone's advice and everyone's opinions. Yes, it is from time to time good to get opinions and advice from other people, but if your whole life is based around asking everyone for advice, then how does that make you an alpha? An alpha is an independent thinker. An alpha is a leader, not a follower. Someone that knows when to take a step back and someone that knows when to take a step forward. A true leader does not need to follow the pack. A true leader leads the pack. And that is why the perfect example of alpha male is the rabbis that I've shown you in the clips. These rabbis are people that have worked on themselves. Instead of going to try and change the world and to try and show everyone, look at me, I'm the man, they're people that change themselves internally. And these people are truly beyond nature. When you truly want to change the world and make the world a better place, you have to change yourself. And when you change yourself, you make the world a better place because you start a chain reaction of events that happen after you change yourself. Controlling your anger, being less stingy, being more of a giver instead of a taker, being a better listener instead of making everybody, your therapist and just like venting to everyone because you can't control it and hold it in. You actually start to listen more and start to help other people and start to be more in control of your emotions and to become more emotionally intelligent and to be more independent in terms of dealing with your life. I feel like nowadays it got so lost, the idea of what a real man is. A real man is not someone that shows off all of his money and his fame and his wealth and his reputation. A real man doesn't need to do that because a real man knows that none of it is truly his. God gives you your possessions, God gives you your life, God gives you everything that you own. And someone that's showing off gifts, it doesn't really make any sense. Instead, use those gifts in order to make the world around you a better place. Using these gifts in order to chase lust and to chase sexual promiscuity, it just doesn't really make any sense. A real man, like the Torah says, and the real hero rather, is someone that's able to conquer his desires. Someone that practices celibacy, someone that can get up in the morning and get an early start to their day, someone that could be there for their friends, someone that can put himself down and to be able to make the phone call, someone that is not stingy and that gives tons of money to charity, someone that really makes the people around them feel good, feel protected, and feel safe. A true source of power. Don't get misled by Western philosophy teachings and think that you have to go and disrespect everybody in order to get respect. It doesn't work that way. If you want to get respected, then just stop caring about it, because a real man is a humble man. A humble man does not need all of these things. The more that you run away from respect is the more that the respect chases you. Raise your consciousness, bring up your consciousness, and put yourself in a state of attraction. Less chasing, more attracting. And the more that you're in a state of just letting go and letting things come to you, that is when the world is going to start to fall into place for you. Ultimately, an alpha male is someone that's able to make clear, concise decisions. And no matter what he puts himself through, he knows that God is ruling his life. He knows that the only thing that he can do is to put effort into the situation that he's currently in. And the outcome is not in his hands. He knows that he can put in his best effort and he can motivate the people around him to do good. And he can motivate his little circle to do good. And ultimately that can turn into the entire world. He's not worrying about him not succeeding. He knows that he's doing his part, and that's all that matters. And that enables you to love yourself because you know that you're doing your best and you're not comparing your best to someone else's best, because we all have our God-given talents and our God-given skills. And it's not healthy to constantly compare ourselves to other people. You have to be someone that focuses on your life. Focus on what you can do instead of what you're not doing. The more time that you spend dreaming and saying, oh, imagine the big house and the fancy cars and the beautiful wife, you're dreaming. You're not doing anything. You have to be a doer. A doer is someone that gets things done, someone that is able to make action. People like someone that's able to make action because he's someone that puts his head down and he gets to work. He pays the bills on time and he's on top of things. That's a person that people want to be around. Someone that's dreaming all day, it's very nice that you're able to dream and to imagine this whole beautiful, life, but it doesn't really help us because you're not doing anything about it. I think ultimately the real alpha males of our generation are the people that choose to work on themselves, because someone that works on himself, even if he's broke, even if he's poor, he's never going to hurt someone else. And he's always going to be on top of his life. Even though he may not have the life that he wants, he accepts what he has and he's happy with what God gives him. That is the true alpha male. The man that knows that the outcome is not in his control. The man that strives to make the woman that's always going to be near him smiling. The man that's always going to put himself aside for his own children. The man that's always going to put himself aside for anyone. Because even if you're not rich, and even if you're not, living a lavish lifestyle, the people around you are happy. And if the people around you are happy and smiling, and you're in control of what you're in control of, and you're not worrying about what can go wrong, you're not upset about yesterday, you're not having anxiety over tomorrow, you're just focusing on the current moment, that's true alpha male. The optimal growth, focusing on the present moment. What I rather have, instead of the big mansion and the fancy cars and everything that the people are running after these days, is to have the people around me smiling, to have the people around me succeeding and flourishing. That to me is true happiness, and that to me is true success. And if I'll be homeless in the streets, or if I'll be in that big mansion, as long as the people around me are happy, and as long as I'm giving to them and making their lives better and making them happier, that to me is a real success story. Thank you for listening. Smash the like button. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a subscribe for more weekly content. And if you like this sweater, it's available on jonathanben.com/store.